Marjorie Taylor Greene, the radical Republican Congresswoman, famously went into New York City yesterday with a protest. The protest was going to be at noon in support of Trump. Then it was moved up to 10:30 a.m. It was obviously not going to go very well. And I'm going to show you a couple of clips of this. But Marjorie Taylor Greene ended up having to flee her own protest as hecklers completely shut the entire thing down. Here is Marjorie Taylor Greene with a megaphone trying to speak to the crowd. And yet there are so many people with whistles that you can't hear a damn word she's saying. It's delightful. And remember, guys, this is speech. This is everyone's speech. She has a megaphone and people have whistles, and it's speech versus speech.
To the Mayor Adams, as you can see, I'm seeing you protesting, but you called me out by name. While you allow crime in your streets and you send your down here to commit assault against people.
By the way, there appear to be more members of the media there than actual people protesting in support of Trump.
Loud noises, assault against police officers who are doing their jobs, trying to prevent violence. Democrats are the party of violence.
All right, so you get it. Nobody can hear what she's saying, and it's just all pathetic. Now, at another point, I am told that actor Michael Rappaport, who hates Trump, that this is him yelling at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Okay, and there is some language in this clip. I believe that this is indeed Michael Rappaport there and just dressing down Marjorie Taylor Greene. Listen to this.
Marjorie! You animal, you! Go back to the farm, you animal! They're looking for you at the sanctuary! You filthy animal! You QAnon lunatic! Hit her with the space laser!
Hit him with the space laser. And this is as NYPD is like trying to clear a path for Marjorie Taylor Greene. And again, it's mostly reporters. Like most of the people there are reporters, plus Michael Rappaport screaming at her.
Blast her with the f***ing space laser! Get the f*** out of New York, you racist, sick, filthy, infected animal! Get the f*** out of here!
Okay, so a lot of screaming at this event as Marjorie Taylor Greene had to be rushed out by, I guess, security and NYPD. A Democratic Congressman, Jamal Bowman, he was not amused by Marjorie Taylor Greene's presence there.
Do your freaking job, Marjorie Taylor Greene. You don't need to be in New York City talking that nonsense. Go back to your district. What are you doing here? You're here for politics. You're here because you want to be VP. Yep. You're here for your own fundraising. You're here for your own nonsense.
Yeah, so Jamal Bowman accurately pointing out what this is all about. And then lastly, this is really weird. When Marjorie Taylor Greene was able to flee to her car, she did an interview with Steve Bannon, who refers to her as congressman for some reason I can't really figure out. And she claims that Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, organized a counter protest against her. Check this out.
Congressman Greene,
Congressman Greene, apropos of nothing, Steve Bannon refers to Marjorie Taylor Greene as congressman. From the gender realists, very surprising thing to hear.
Congressman Greene, the mayor of New York, Eric Adams, specifically singled you out as a hooligan that's going to cause a problem and that you're dangerous and that you got to back off and go home. Your thoughts, ma'am?
He didn't just single me out, Steve. He threatened me.
Right.
He called me by name and threatened me. The mayor of New York City, I believe, is a thug.
Right.
And he sent his people here today. They had an organized text alert that went out calling what I would say Antifa to bring their whistles, pots and pans, all kinds of instruments to make.
They brought pots and pans and they almost started making a souffle.
All kinds of noise to drown me out and drown others here today that are protesting and here supporting President Trump. The mayor of New York City, Mayor Adams, owes me an apology.
Right.
I'm an elected member of Congress. I represent hundreds of thousands of people from Northwest Georgia, but I also represent Americans all over the country that support.
Anyway, you know, the really funny thing was the guy handing out the whistles was actually reported to be a Trump supporter. So like the idea that it was the left that organized the whistle protest, I guess a Trump supporter thought that by handing out whistles, they would be able to drown out the anti-Trump protesters across the street. But all it actually did was drown out Marjorie Taylor Greene. And I'm sure some anti-Trump people gladly accepted whistles as well. So complete and total chaos on the streets of New York City. And I agree with Jamal Bowman. Why is Marjorie Taylor Greene even there? She has nothing to do with New York City. She says New York City is a terrible place. She says that, we've got all this crime in New York City and so on and so forth. Why bother Marjorie? Just stay home or go somewhere else, or go to Mar-a-Lago, where she did ultimately end up later yesterday evening. So that was the big protest organized by Marjorie Taylor Greene. We'll take a quick break and be back with so much more